What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Basara 3!
Lord Ieyasu, the Maeda clan has offered to ally itself with us. However, something about it doesn't seem quite right.
Your motives elude me, Ieyasu. I do not know whether you pursue war for your own reasons or for peace. But I will surrender to you. Your intentions be damned! But hear this, Ieyasu. I will never forget what you have done.
Why does Toshihide
What exactly have I done?
What act of mine has him outraged?
Yoshitsugu courted the Maeda clan not so long ago, though nothing came of the offer. Their joining the Eastern Army is proof of this.
Okay, so we gained the alliance of the Maeda clan. That's pretty cool. So the Maeda clan typically has a habit, if you guys have been keeping up, with allying themselves with the highest bidder, essentially. They always seem to ally themselves with the ones that are strongest. Maeda Toshie was one of, in actual history, was one of Hideyoshi's successors, so he was probably one of the ones that was in contention along with Ieyasu for control of the country. So, interesting that things happen that way. But as you can see, we're setting up for quite the great finale here. We're moving into the 7th battle out of 8 for Ieyasu, and it looks like, as far as the armies are shaping up for the East and West, that Ieyasu's army is he's definitely gained the allegiance of everyone that you could consider to be on the lighter side of the moral spectrum, with the exception of who we're going to be fighting today. So, it does give us the opportunity of taking out the real antagonists, so to speak, when we finally get to Sekigahara and we fight Mitsunari. But this is still going to make for an interesting combo. So, again, no matter what you do, Yukimura will always ally himself with Mitsunari, and Masamune will always ally himself with Ieyasu. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have to fight those respective characters in order to gain their allegiance. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, depending on the choices that you make. But, in short, we're always going to have the same allies, and those pairings don't necessarily make sense to me. Masamune only allies himself with Ieyasu out of necessity because he wants revenge on Mitsunari. There's really nothing else for him to gain. He doesn't morally agree with Ieyasu on really anything. So, and the two of them are obviously rivals because Masamune is second to no one in his eyes, so he doesn't really take orders from anyone, as it were. So we're moving on to Masamune's stage for Basara 3. How exciting! I'm really excited about this. And of course, it's the obligatory pony ride. So, you guys should have seen this coming if you've been keeping up with the other games. Every Masamune stage has a horse race sequence, and of course, his horse does not have motorcycle handlebars like it does in the anime, but he should be pretty fast, nonetheless. So most of the other games, you are able to... Basically, the idea is if you defeat him during the race, you can fight him before he gets to the end, making things a little bit easier, but... if he gets all the way to the end, he gets some reinforcements, and you have to fight him at the end of the stage where he's most prepared. So we don't want that to happen. Good God, Ieyasu, would it kill you to pick up a sword? This just looks ridiculous. Him swinging his arms from side to side, off the side of the horse, just punching people as he goes along. So thankfully whoops, I totally screwed that up. I was actually gaining ground on him, and I cocked it right up. So... the horse combat, or horse gameplay I should say, in Basara 3 is not bad. It's significantly improved, but I was actually just having a rant about this in the Fire Emblem Warriors video that I did. That I hate the horse combat in almost every single Musou game that it's in. Whoops, that didn't go well. Just gonna dive bomb on my elbow down here. Yeah, we pretty much lost him, but there is one checkpoint that he will try to get to. And we'll have to stop there and fight Kojiro anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal that he gets away. At least for this point. I want to show off this entire stage anyway, so it's not like I'll actually be able to beat him in the horse race or anything. But yeah, I always... Oh, there's a little command post we can get here. Oh, cool. So now this whole section of the map up there at the top is now belonging to us. All your base are now belong to us. So anyway... yeah, I normally hate the horse combat. I think that it looks silly if you're playing a game like Berserk in the Band of the Hawk or Arslan Warriors of Legend. or any of the mainline Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors games, you get on that horse and you just start swinging that analog stick around, and you quickly realize how, for one, your immersion has been completely ruined, and how silly everything looks. Also, your combat sandbox is pretty small on the horse. There's not that many different moves you can perform, and it just kind of seems overpowered, especially when you can just run down hordes of enemies like in Band of the Hawk. You just like charge through them with this stampede move, which is pretty okay. All right, so Masamune gets here and he's able to conquer this unoccupied camp, and then he hauls ass out of there, leaving us to fight Kojiro.
I once thought to gouge out my own eye, but
Such
such
detail
an act
on his
wouldn't
gloves
change
there.
anything. Therefore, I made a vow for my sin. Oops.
Alright, so time for a boss battle against Kojiro Katakura, Date Masamune's right-hand man and my favorite character in the Basara series. So you guys got to see me play as him in Basara 2 Heroes, which became, and I do not know for the life of me how this happened, guys, but my first Kojiro video in Basara 2 Heroes is one of my most successful videos almost ever at this point. Like, it has like more than 10,000 views as an episode 1 to a Let's Play, and that's huge. Like, that's up there with, you know, Gungrave or Zoid's Battle Legends, aka Versus 2, for like the highest amount of views on a Let's Play video. So I'm like, wow, what did I do right, and how do I replicate this with the Kojiro video? I really don't know what I did, but I'm happy about it. I feel like what it was is because there was a large audience in another language that found it, and it was pretty much the only way that they could access either that song or that game. Somebody just recently actually commented, I think just today in fact, with a translation guide for Basara 2 Heroes' story, so I'm definitely going to check that out. Very grateful to that individual for commenting with that. I really do appreciate it. We'll get to see Kojiro a lot more later when we finally play as Masamune, but he is not playable in this game. They've taken the ability to play as him away, which is quite a shame. Kojiro in Basara the Last Party, he has some pretty good scenes, but he doesn't really do a whole lot. He mainly just supports Masamune, and when it comes to the final battle, he kind of stays on the sidelines to let, you know, Keiji, Masamune, Ieyasu, Yukimura, and Mitsunari fight the final battle. So in Basara Judge End, though, Kojiro really gets the shaft, and he does have some good moments where he acts true to his, you know, mentor, father figure to Masamune, and is able to kind of snap him back into reality, where Masamune is blind with rage over what happened with Mitsunari. But other than that, they did just some terribly disrespectful scenes with Kojiro in Judge End, where you know, Masamune is being incredibly reckless, and so he's defeated, and Kojiro is trying to get him the hell out of there so he can survive, and they run into Ieyasu Kenshin, and Ieyasu Kenshin basically makes Kojiro beg for his life because he knows that Kojiro will gladly put his life on the line to save his lord, and it's honestly kind of fucked up. I don't care for it. I don't care for it at all. I feel like it's a huge disrespect to Kojiro's character, and honestly, it's kind of disingenuous to what we've seen with, what the hell is his name? Ieyasu Kenshin up until this point, because Ieyasu Kenshin was not very benevolent to Masamune. In fact, I know this is a different continuity in Samurai Kings, the anime, the original anime series. I know those are two separate continuities, but in Season 2 of Samurai Kings, the good anime series, Ieyasu Kenshin is very influential in getting Masamune back on his feet and inspiring him to fight properly again. So to see him turn, if you're following the anime in a linear sense, like if you went from watching Season 2 to Judge End and you see the turnaround that Ieyasu Kenshin has regarding Masamune and Kojiro, it's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, quit being an ass. You know that they're injured. Either finish them off or leave them alone. So anyway, we are now chasing down Kojiro on a horse and doing some of the most ridiculous gameplay we've seen yet in the Basara series, which is using the speed boost on the horse and punching the crap out of his horse until he is finally defeated. We're actually going to get him just in time before he gets to Masamune, which will hopefully either mean that I don't have to fight him and Masamune at the same time, which would be great, or that he'll be at least significantly weakened. If he gets all the way to the end here, we can see the giant dragon statue, then I'll have to fight him and Masamune at the same time, which would not be fun. Oh, how about that? We got him just at the end there. How convenient. Alright, Masamune.
Think you can defeat
Let's
me?
do this. Masamune is actually voiced by a different English VO in Basara 3 Samurai Heroes than he is in the anime.
Because if you don't,
I think I'm more partial to the anime voice, but
I'm gonna make
he
you
does sound
sorry.
pretty good. I think the VO for him in the game is ironically the same VO as Dante from Devil May Cry, which is especially ironic considering a couple of things. First of all, the marketing of Devil Kings, which if I need to bring that up again, I'll probably kill myself, so let's not do that. And also ironic considering in Basara 4... No, I think it was in Basara 3 Utage, I think it was, where you actually have a unlockable outfit for, or a DLC outfit for Masamune that is Dante from Devil May Cry. So they give him white hair and a red outfit, and they give him 6 rebellions to wield, which looks ridiculous, but it's awesome, and I feel like that would be a great idea for a cosplay. But the Basara Capcom character cosplay does not end there. Oh no. Mitsunari gets to be Virgil, which makes a lot of sense. And then Ieyasu gets to be Ryu from Street Fighter, which makes a lot of sense as well. Interestingly enough, Keiji gets to be Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 5, and Kojiro gets to be Leon, swinging around a giant knife instead of his sword, which looks absolutely ridiculous. And then there's another one where Kojiro gets to be Wesker, which looks pretty good. Oh, Masamune's gonna feel this in the morning. Oh man. Yeah, you can see how ridiculous this gets when Ieyasu's combat sandbox is fully unlocked like that. To talk about Masamune in terms of gameplay, he's exactly the same as he has been up until this point. So he can use War Dance on us. You can see he has to charge it up a little bit though, but his most dangerous moves obviously are War Dance and Magnum Step. So if he uses War Dance on us, then he'll deal significantly more damage, and Magnum Step allows him to close the gap between us really quickly. So we're going to be using some clever crackerjack timing and Ieyasu's brilliant hand-to-hand combat skills to best him in a one-on-one fight.
That was close.
Well,
It's like, well, we fought like men, maybe now we can talk like men.
One-eyed dragon. I would be honored to fight at your side. We could use someone like you.
Spare me the flattery. You beat me fairly. Well, until next time.
One-eyed dragon.
Yeah?
Would you ever forgive Mitsunari his deeds?
Forgive. Don't know.
Just remember, such an indulgence is within your power.
Guess that could be. Guess we'll have to see how I'm feeling when that bastard's kneeling vanquished at my feet.
Man, the scene choreography is just great in this game. All of the movements that the characters have and the animations and everything. And honestly, the lip syncing on the dub is not all that bad with English. So really immense credit to them. They did a great job with it for a game that probably didn't have much of a chance with its English audience.
All right, you'll do.